How's it going, everyone? This is Yxlarb, and welcome back to my Sonic Adventure 2 series. In the last episode, we began and completed the beginner races here in the Chao world. This time, we're going to go ahead and give a little progress report on both Telfi and Soluna, who, of course, without we could not have completed the beginner races. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and do a little bit more Chao Karate, and then we're going to dive into more Chao races. But why don't we go ahead and begin with the progress report. As you can see over here, we got little Soluna, who's very happy now after having tripped, which was quite sad. But here's her general progress. As you can see, she now has over 1,000 points when it comes to running, which is, of course, her strongest stat. She has an A grade in that stat. And I don't think you can see it very well on the screen right now. Maybe you will here in a second. But the yellow bar is full. That part is easy to tell. The part that's not easy to tell is that there's a small little orange bar that's begun to sprout from the left. And that's what happens. Once you reach 1,000 points, an orange bar appears. And so that's pretty cool. Otherwise, stamina is up to level 23. The other levels are somewhat, the other stats are somewhat unremarkable. But you know what? Running can really carry the day a lot of the time. So I'm happy with that overall. Then, where are you? Aha! Here's little Telfi, looking good, very cute, but very tired and disoriented. But here's Telfi for you. A little bit more balanced when it comes to the stats, when compared to Soluna at least. Level 23 stamina as well. But as you can see, excelling in both flying and swimming, swimming especially, getting very close to 1,000 points. And of course that's important because Bosniancheese wants his Chao to become a fly swim Chao. So that's why we've been focusing on swimming for Telfi and why we've been focusing on running for Soluna. Now you may have noticed an unfamiliar face here in the garden since I've entered this episode, and that'd be this little guy over here. This little green, soon-to-be Sonic Chao, a neutral run Chao named Seath. His owner is my brother, Andy. You guys might know him as Manly Andy. He has been featured on the channel numerous times, most recently in our Mario Party 4 series, and of course, my Resident Evil 4 TMP only no merchant run. And Seath here, as you can see, is totally overpowered when it comes to running. That's because we just kind of went crazy in taking care of him. He is not on any particular schedule. And what I mean by that is, Soluna and Telfi, they can't become overleveled. At least according to my own personal rules. I want them to, be, reasonably level for all the challenges they partake in, at least to a reasonable extent. Whereas, Seath here we can just go crazy with. Speaking of his name, my brother Andy, he's a huge fan of Dark Souls, and I guess in the first game there's a dragon named Seath. I don't know very much about Dark Souls. What I know is just whatever Andy has told me since he started playing, many years ago. And yeah, this shows you just how big a fan he is. But Seath, pretty cool name. He's going to become a Sonic Chao in the same way that my Soluna over here is going to become a Shadow Chao. Just as Seath grows, he'll eventually start turning blue, start resembling Sonic a lot more. But as you can see right now, he's got those 3 spines on the back of his head. Very classic Sonic the Hedgehog shape. Of course, he looks like a ghost right now because we've given him a bat or two, and that Andy regrets that a little bit. But don't worry, he'll get his legs back eventually. Back to the main part of the show, though. We've got, Soluna and Telfi. They have improved themselves a little bit. They've gained more levels. So, it's time to engage in more competition in the Chao Stadium. We're going to go ahead and start off with Chao Karate. As you guys saw last time, there are 3 tournaments: Beginner, Standard, and Expert. Our Chao are now superior enough. They are leveled up enough, I guess, to partake. Now here, as you can see a tiny, orange sliver on Soluna's run stat there. You can see it much more clearly here on this screen, but you can, easily go through and compare them. Of course, on Seath, you can see a very clear orange bar on the run stat. But this shows you, he's only, 380 or so points above Soluna, but has a full 36 levels more. So that just shows you just how competent Soluna is in everything she does. I don't remember all of Seath's grades exactly, but he has 2 Ds, or actually he has only 1 D now. One of his Ds was in running, the other was in swimming, I believe. Now swimming should be his only D, with everything else being a C. So, pretty nice average report card, nothing spectacular, but nice well-rounded Chao. For now, though, we're going to go ahead and play with Telfi. As you know, we went ahead to the beginner tournament with Soluna, so we're going to go ahead and do the standard tournament with Telfi. Sounds fair, I'd say. Let's go ahead and just dive on in. Looks like our first opponent is going to be Lucky here, who's wearing a paper bag and is what I believe to be a dark swim Chao. That's at least what I think Lucky is. I'm not sure exactly, but I have a feeling we're going to take him out. Ooh, shoot. We missed there. But as you just saw there, Telfi performed a Roundhouse Kick. That move can only be performed once your power stat gets high enough. So that shows you that, Telfi has a pretty good power stat. And look at that. 2 hits, Lucky goes down. I know what you're thinking. Like, Yxlarb, didn't you say you wanted these challenges to be, roughly even, somewhat intense? That was a cakewalk. Well, believe me, it gets harder. Maybe not with Melody here, but it will get harder. This Melody here has, of course, a flower pot on her head. I'm assuming she's a she because of the name. Melody. But, oh, there we go. And as you just saw there, that little spinning punch, super punch is what I typically call it. That is, again, something else that only comes with a higher power stat. Now, whenever someone hits Telfi, as you can see, he just soaks up the hits. He has such high defense, which of course translates to swimming, which is his best stat so far. So I'm not surprised at all that he's just tanking these hits like they're nothing. And defeating the enemies as well, with not really that high a power stat. But, I mean, we've got it together. No trouble so far. Here we are onto Battle 3 with Stormy, who's wearing a red wool hat. Oh yeah. I don't know exactly what you are, Stormy. I don't know exactly what kind of Chao you are, but you look much more intimidating than what we've dealt with so far. So let's see if you can give us a run for our money. Ooh, we got hit at the same time there. One thing I focused on with Telfi, Telfi's been pretty competently spec'd in terms of his stats for the pretty much across the board, but running has always been his weakness, which of course affects you in karate because you don't hit as often as your opponent does. As you saw here, oh shoot, oh no, we're getting discouraged and sleepy. No, that's okay. Took almost no damage. But it also affects you in racing because of course running is a big part of a lot of the races, as you'll really come to see later in this video. Come on. Well, as I'm talking as if I'm stressed, there's absolutely no stress about whether we're going to win this. That was easy. Telfi is just tanking all of this. Let's see who we've got for round 4 or battle 4. Spooky here. He almost looks like he's a Sonic Chao. I think he is a Sonic Chao by those iconic feet with the kind of reddish brown toes. Pretty sure this is a Sonic Chao, but it's hard to say exactly. Ooh, we got you. Not as much damage to Spooky as you guys just saw. I mean, obviously we're doing more damage to him than he's done to us so far, but ooh, that's a dodge. That's some zeal gone. That's not good. Luckily, Telfi has really high stealth as well, which of course comes from the flying stat. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm not worried in the slightest. Ooh, 2 dodges in a row. Never gonna complain about that. Yeah, his zeal. Oh, I was gonna make fun of Spooky there for his zeal going down, but ours went down as well. So, yeah, it happens. It happens to the best of us even. I'm still not very concerned about this fight. I mean, our zeal is full, whereas Spooky's is about to deplete, and we have way more health than he does. So here we go. Don't let him recover too much zeal. I want him to fall right back asleep before he even gets a chance to get hit off. Come on. Yes, we did. Oh. And keep in mind, this isn't the final battle yet either. It's I will say, since this is taking a little more time, your Chao's rank is dependent on what Chao on what, I guess, rival is beaten so far. So right now, if we beat Spooky, our rank will be X, for example. I don't remember the exact names. They can get pretty complicated. But until we beat the next Chao, our rank will go up any higher. So let's say we only beat Lucky at the very beginning of this tournament. Our rank would go up, but that's pretty much where it would sit. You don't have to beat the entire tournament, I guess, is what I'm trying to say, in order to have your rank go up. But here we've got Stinky, who, again, I'm not exactly sure what kind of Chao he is, but he is wearing a black wool hat, which is, of course, tied for the most expensive item in the game. Still didn't do that much damage to us. We're doing more damage to him, but I have a feeling this is going to be a tougher match. And there goes Telfi, showing me up. Like, what are you talking about? I've got this guy. I'm going to beat his ass. I'm going to dodge everything he throws at me. maybe not everything, but as you can see, our health is closer right now. Plus, Stinky's speed is higher than ours. Oh, shoot. Zeal lost already. Okay. Oh, so is Stinky's. Perfect. We're going to get a nice easy hit on him here. Oh, never mind. He came to just in time to avoid us. And looks like we're not going to do the same. Our health is getting ever... Oh, God, there goes our Zeal. Oh, man. Recover, recover, recover. Our health is probably equal at this point. We've only got 36 seconds to go. And there's that superior running. If we can't get a solid hit off on him... Oh, that is really bad. Really bad. There's really not much time left. Come on. I told you guys it would get intense by the end. I told you that. Okay, that was a good dodge. Very... Oh, man. Oh, man. There goes our Zeal. There goes our Zeal. No. We don't have very much time at all, do we? We can maybe get... No, just one more hit. Just one. We're not going to get 2 hits. Unless that ended up being like a critical hit, there was no way. That was a close one. That really was. It really was. I guess I'm going to go ahead and try that again. I'll just meet you guys when we get to Stinky. Alright guys, we're back at it. As you can see here, I didn't win all that much against Spooky. I mean, it was a very close match. That concerns me a little bit about how it's going to go with Stinky. But I'm sure you've all realized by this point that there is some luck involved. Some, at least, in karate and racing, for that matter. When your Chao dodges... you know, when it kind of, you know, falls asleep or gets discouraged or whatever. Right here, things are going well so far. As long as Stinky doesn't dodge too many of our attacks, as long as we can dodge at least 1 or 2, I think I'll be happy. Or, if no one dodges anybody and we just keep kind of going like this, I imagine we'll win, because we're doing more damage. We're tanking a lot, so... Then again, it's not as entertaining if all we're doing is just trading blows like this. Especially since our... Oh, well, I take it back. I didn't want to jinx myself like that. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna fall asleep right here. Oh, never mind. That's good. That's good. There goes our Zeal. At least we were able to recover some, and he's about to go down. Hopefully he can't recover too much. Ooh, he's recovering a good amount. Oh, critical hit though. Yeah, that's what we need. That's exactly. Oh wow, he became discouraged real early. He was only at like half Zeal or something. It's kind of strange, but that's okay. There goes our Zeal. So, come on, get full. You might as well get full if we're just gonna be sitting there sleeping anyway. But I think this one's ours. I think so. I don't think he's gonna get a critical hit on us. There's not enough time. He's really only gonna get 1 more hit max, and it's gonna have to do a lot of damage. No, that's over. That's our match. That's it. So we didn't take him out, but we won. Oh, look at Telfie over there. He's like, yes, I'm a champion. I deserve this. And of course, being the first time we completed Standard Karate, we get our 174th Emblem. Oh, we're getting ever so close to that coveted 180. There we go. Good job. Really good job there, Telfie. But actually, going against Stinky there reminded me of something. We've got this thing over here, the black wool hat, which is what Stinky was wearing. I just keep it over here because, of course, the reason why I have it is to exercise the infinite ring glitch. Each time it costs 20,000 rings to purchase, which of course my brother Andy and I actually just yesterday managed to get legitly. We had about 17,000 rings after getting all the other hey little Soul Luna, you're so sweet. After getting all the emblems and just kind of, you know, playing around for fun. So we just had to, you know, grind out a little bit more to get 20,000 so we could afford that thing. You unlock the ability to purchase this thing at, I think, about 140 emblems, somewhere around there. And, of course, we're way above that at this point. So we purchased it, and then I went ahead and sold it 4 times with the Infinite Ring Glitch, which I discussed in a previous episode. And now we're back up to 20,000. And, of course, we can sell it at any time just to make more money, to buy Chao fruit, and buy whatever else. In the meantime, though, let's go into the Chao races. Now, as we saw last episode, we unlocked a slew of different challenges, including the Challenge Race, aptly named Challenge Race, Hero Race, and Dark Race. Now, I think the first Challenge Race is going to be the most challenging, so we'll actually save that for last. we're going to go ahead and start with the dark races. We're going to go in with, of course, Soluna. Now, one thing, I may have mentioned this before, but neutral Chao can partake in either hero or dark races, whereas dark Chao can only partake in the dark, not hero races, and hero Chao can only partake in the hero, not the dark races. So keep that in mind. So Seath can go for all of these challenges, which is great. You only have to level up one Chao and go from there. Otherwise, if I want Soluna to complete both the hero and dark races, I'm going to have her evolve into either a neutral or a hero Chao in another life. But for right now, we're restricted to this, which is fine by me because we only have to complete the challenges once for the sake of these videos. Now, as you can see here, we have 4 challenges, only one of which we can access right now. And you're going to get cute or fun little descriptions for each of these races. This one, of course, says, New Battle, Baby Angel. Now, as you can see right off the bat, this course is longer than any of the beginner race courses. And the tracks will get more complex and the opponents more challenging as time goes on, as we kind of work our way through the challenges. That should be obvious. I'm not going to bother giving you the names for these tracks, though, because they are just repeats from the jewel races. So we'll just dive into what these tracks are once we actually deal with the jewel races, which, we won't for some time. In fact, just to show you how complicated, how, I guess, difficult the jewel races are, let me scroll up to them. So as I showed you before, there are 5 challenges per race, and so far we have completed only 1 of 4. I'm sure we can complete these other ones with a little more ease now, at least level 1 of each, but yeah, we're nowhere near getting to level 5. But here, as you can see, let's just point out, Peridot, that's exactly what, that's the exact course that the first dark race is taking place on. So there you go. If I happen to know them offhand like that, then I'll go ahead and tell you guys. Otherwise, I'm not going to try to go out of my way to figure it all out. So here we go. New Battle, Baby Angel. Let's go for it. Now, one thing you'll find is that the courses in hero races are going to be a little bit brighter. They have a different theme, an uplifting theme. And here, of course, our first opponents are Baby Chao, which are clearly about to evolve into Hero Chao of various types. Now, of course, this Peridot, this course, is a running course. And Soluna is a dark run Chao. I don't foresee any issues. We've got plenty of stamina to get through this, and we've got a full-on sprint here with Soluna. The other Chao, they're all just kind of speed walking. We're gonna do just fine here. As you can see, we got nice bright greens, mushrooms, nice cute uplifting music, and yeah, I know what you're thinking. It's like, Yxlarb, this isn't a challenging race at all. What's going on? Well, actually, I wanted to make sure we could do at least a few races during this video because I didn't want it to be unbearably short. And frankly, Soluna needed to be this good in order to complete a different challenge, which she's going to partake in at the end of the video. So don't blame me. don't blame me for how the game works. Like I said, I was gonna make sure both Soluna and Telfi were adequately leveled up to a reasonable extent. It's never going to be perfect. Sometimes they're going to be over leveled, sometimes under leveled for certain things. It's just the way the game works sometimes. So here we go. As you can see, Peridot here, it's much longer. You clearly need a lot more stamina to get through. Once you run out of stamina, your Chao will go probably half as fast as it would normally. And of course, you don't want that. Here at the end, of course, your Chao has a chance of falling down a hole. Actually, I don't even know if that's possible in Peridot specifically. It might be. There we go. Oh, a minute and a half. That's not bad. Yeah, we didn't have any trouble getting through that one. Not that I expected us to, but yeah, why not go ahead and just try the next challenge? Just because, we smoked that one. Maybe we'll try it. It all depends on what track it is, really. Because like I said, Peridot, it's an all-running course. We have absolutely no trouble doing that with Soluna, who's just a fiend at running. Go. The next dark race is New Battle, Angels. So full-on Hero Chao. Now, this I don't think I'm going to partake in yet. As you can see, it's a very complicated course. Using, like some stamina boosts during this first race, I, barely had stamina at the end. So I don't think I'm really quite ready to take this on, which is fine because we have other planned challenges for this video. Just know it'll get progressively harder. Sometimes, the difficulty spike will just be immense and you'll have to spend hours leveling up your Chao outside of it all. But why don't we go ahead and do the hero race equivalent with Telfi here, our native hero Chao. It's a very similar thing. New battle, Baby Devil, which are, you know, as you can imagine, here on Peridot, we're going to go, oh God, I can't speak. We're going to be going ahead and racing against Baby Chao. They're very clearly about to be evolving into Dark Chao. Now, I frankly love the theme of the Dark races. It's my favorite theme that we've heard so far from any of the races. It's so catchy. And honestly, it doesn't sound that dark. Maybe the opening is, but the rest of it is just really cute, frankly. Now, as you can see here, Telfi is not a major runner like Soluna is. He can definitely hold his own against these guys, at least at first. But pretty much if we have 1 or 2 trips, it's probably over. I may have already used too much stamina, so I'm going to go ahead and try to avoid using it for the remainder of this race. Because, yeah, we want to make sure we can at least make it to the end. We don't want to run out of all our stamina. Here we go. It's a much tighter race here. So, like I said, I had to work on Telfi's running stats specifically for this race. This was the main reason I had to work on it. But also, the higher running stat made it actually possible for him to complete standard karate. So that's huge. Honestly, oh God, don't take a bad racing line. One thing you'll find, there are a bunch of funny things you'll probably hear me say, you know, throughout these race challenges over the next several videos. Like, why are you taking that line? Like, why are you going out of your way to take a slower line? Or, my God, look at these hilarious camera angles. Sometimes they make sense, but sometimes they show you almost none of the action. It's like, what? Okay, so here, for example, instead of just cutting the corner like these guys are, Telfi's way over off to the side. But here, of course, oh no, God, no. Come on, use the boost. Use the boost. We don't have very much more boost. And I mean, unless we get really lucky and all these guys fall here or something, it's just not going to be a victory. Let's see. It's going to happen. We're going to lose. That's what's going to happen. Okay, well, why don't we go ahead and try again? And here we go. Try 2. This time, Telfi is not going to be unlucky and fall over. This time, we are going to kick ass. Like the champion that Telfi is. We beat in standard karate. We can definitely beat some baby devils. Here we go. Ugh. Now, I don't want to get into... I don't want to complain too much about, you know, the vernacular used in this game. But I don't really like that we refer to the Dark Chaos as, you know, devils, and the Hero Chaos as angels. I mean, wouldn't it make much more sense to, you know, be angels and demons? Why are they devils? That might have been, you know, a translation issue, or maybe that's just how, you know, people in everyday conversation refer to demons as devils. I don't know. Maybe I'm out of the loop on that, but, yeah, I just want to complain about that for a second. I'm not going to continue to complain about that. I'm just going to leave it. I'm just going to leave that there. Let you guys think about it. You can tell me what you think if you care. I'm sure I'm the only person in the world who cares. So now here we have Telfi taking... Oh, no, look at that. Oh, yeah, a little bit of a racing line. Starting at the outside of the straight, going for the apex of the corner, and then working our way back. Of course, here, he's just thrown that strategy out the window. Oh, God. Please. Oh, God, this is just a disaster. Alright guys, welcome to attempt 4, not 3, because Telfi fell over almost immediately at the beginning of race 3. I have a feeling that Telfi has some particularly bad luck, a bad luck stat, which is a shame. And of course, as I put in a caption in a previous video, probably way long ago, the mushroom can be used to actually increase your Chao's luck stat. Now, I'm not going to go ahead and do this, and the reason why is because, frankly, I just don't want to spend the money on something I don't think is really all that worth it. It might be worth it from a competitive standpoint, but frankly, both Telfi and Soluna are going to be, you know, so like competently leveled by the end. They're not, even if they fell, you know, multiple times in a race, they're still going to win. I'm not too concerned about that. What I'm more concerned about is, you know, trying to make sure that they both get, you know, even amounts of mushrooms. I kind of just want the hidden stats to kind of remain anonymous. I want us to both know, like, this is just how our Chao were born. They were born with this amount of luck, whatever. I mean, I know it's kind of, you know, putting more into the hands of the, you know, fate, pretty much, but I'm kind of okay with that. It just kind of adds some drama. It's fun. It's cool. But there we go. We won. As we can see, we were like 8 seconds slower on the same track, Peridot, when compared to Soluna. So, not a runner, Telfi is. Telfi is certainly not a runner, but he makes a great swimmer and flyer. So hopefully we can, show off those abilities here sometime relatively soon. The final challenge we're going to partake in today is the first of the challenge races. We're not even going to bother trying to look at what the next hero race is going to be. We barely beat that one. There's very little chance that we'll beat the next one. But it's Soluna's turn. As you've seen, I'm kind of alternating between the challenge, making sure Telfi gets some time in the spotlight, then Soluna, and so on. The first challenge race, as you can see here, it's on a very long course. Now, we can do it, but this is a challenge. We're going against the strong gold and silver rivals. Whew! Here we go. And of course, challenge races get their own music as well, as you can hear. And also, one thing I forgot to mention about the dark races, everything gets darker and gloomier, but that was probably pretty obvious. It was a pretty stark contrast compared to the hero races. Now, this track is one of the most complicated in the game. As you can see here, this is one of the times where the luck stat comes into play very directly. The Chao hero will play with a Jack-in-the-Box. Now, see here, we got unlucky, and Soluna got hit by a Jack. Maybe not hit, surprise is probably the better word. And pretty much if that happens, look at how much time we spend just laying there. That's incredibly unlucky. And pretty much the race is over unless you have very, very good stats all around. But this track, it doesn't test just running. It tests flying, swimming, and power. So pretty much, I'm just going to go ahead and quit at this point because there's no way we're going to win. Now you're thinking you're in third place, you're going into the crab pool now, and you're an inferior swimmer. Is this really worth your time? Well, the more I'm here, the more I'm thinking no. Our running is superior. We can do this. We can do this. Maybe not. Maybe not, unless they get unlucky here at the end, but I highly doubt they will. Oh my god, he fell in a hole. Don't go over there yourself, Soluna. Oh, he also fell. Oh my god. Oh my god, that was so close. Oh, Jesus. Oh, hey there, guys. Check this out. You see that? Soluna just flew. I told you. You upgrade there flying enough, you can just see him doing it around the garden. And that is so awesome. Now, I'm not sure exactly how much I went ahead and showed you there. I'm not sure how much I ended up cutting. But Soluna, she gave a few solid attempts. She made a few solid attempts at completing the first of the challenge races. And frankly, it is possible for her to win, but only pretty much if the stars align. If she did win, it'd be a lucky win. And I don't think that's very feasible, especially since we've already tried it a few times. And instead of wasting more of your guys' time by trying again and again and just showing you a few clips from each race, again, I'm not sure exactly what I showed you. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade her running a little bit more among other stats. That's not the only stat we're going to focus on, but that's okay. Mr. Cross-Eyed Knuckles. That's what I'm going to go ahead and focus on right now just to make it a little more doable. Yeah, I think this will help. I think the running upgrade alone would get us a long way, but the thing is, there's just so much swimming, with the crab pool especially. We have 3 swimming sections. We have that one little one at the beginning, which could be avoided with a good enough fly stat, which we might have after this. Probably not high enough, but it's relatively high. Then we have that, little waterfall after the, tree eating contest. Not tree fruit eating contest, that's more appropriate. And then, of course, the crab pool itself. So it's pretty extensive. So getting, some swimming levels for sure will help. Was that the last one? It was. And, of course, our stamina has gone up. I went ahead and fed her, 2 levels worth of just regular fruit, and now we've gotten another 3 levels out of it with the Chao fruit, which is huge. And then, everything else has gained a few levels. So I think after this, we should be competently leveled enough to beat that challenge race. Okay, I have a very good feeling about this one. Like I said before, I don't know exactly what all I showed you guys of the previous races. I imagine future me will probably edit together a compilation of kind of the highlights and downsides, I suppose, of each race. But right here, we're going to do the full thing. I think we're competently leveled enough. We can just do one full solid race without any issues. Let's do it. Oh, no Jack right at the start. That's good. Oh, 4 Jacks got him that time. That's awesome. Looks like the golds are winning out this one. I swear it's been mostly the silvers that have been ahead which of course, you know, silver stands for second place. That doesn't make the most ironic sense, but here we go. We're doing much better already. We're the first ones on the wall by a good margin now, and of course they're better. You know, they're superior when it comes to power levels. So they're going to be catching up here, but we're going to have a little bit of running before we get to the trees, of course. At which point we'll be able to go ahead and you know, lose to them a little bit more. So pretty much the ground we make here will be lost at the trees, but if we can be quick enough to get there, oh, that was perfect. That was a perfect line. We'll be able to dart on out of here. I think the best tree to technically go for is the middle. Of course, you can't control which tree you go to, but the middle one's nice because it's in the middle of the path. So on your way to it and on your way away from it, you're just going to stay nice and, you know, towards the middle. Whereas here, I had to go off to the side and then off back to the middle. We're actually doing really well. I may have, you know, over-leveled myself a little bit, but as you saw there, you know, I was struggling. I was struggling hardcore. And of course, we still have swimming to come, you know. And luck might still not be on our side. Though now, if we do happen to have an unlucky incident, like tripping or screwing up the intelligence puzzle, we might be able to recover. Yeah, especially since we got a little more stamina, we can use the stamina boost at that point. I'm not sure, but you know, time will tell. Here we go. We're still kind of a tight race, given that we have the crab pool right around the corner. Let's go boost right here, because I feel like we can afford it. Aha! Sonic doll. I always love the Sonic doll. Yeah, it definitely takes us a second to think here. I wish I could compare it more directly with the other Chao, just to kind of see where they're at. But there we went really quickly, so I can't complain about that. It looks like this gold Sonic Chao figured out the puzzle. Oh, well, he screwed up the puzzle because he's actually going for a triangle fruit right there. What is this game, like, taking, you know, pity on me? Taking pity on Soluna? Like, you know what? You've tried this enough times. We know you've leveled up a little bit and you're probably okay to just go for it. Wow, they really flung that Chao back for picking the wrong item. That's kind of mean, but it's okay. This is, wow, this is going to be a landslide at this point. Unless we trip. I paused so that I could, you know, see if I would actually trip after saying that. See if I jinxed myself, but I guess not. And now here we are to the crab pool. No chance of tripping in the crab pool, so we can just go for it. Slightly better flying stats, so we can make our way further into the pool before we actually have to do our slowest possible movement for Soluna. And now here comes Gold Sonic. Oof. Yeah, not good for you. Not good for you, Gold Sonic. Oh, there's another Gold Sonic. I don't know which one it was that, you know, screwed up the puzzle up there, but I think we're pretty safe now. Yeah, this is pretty anticlimactic after all that work. I mean, this is what, the 6th try or something like that? And of course, you know, we leveled up considerably more, but I mean, really not that much more. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look, but I pretty much leveled up, you know, 4 or 5 things. I mean, I gained 4 or 5 levels total. Actually, with stamina, 6 or 7 levels to. Oh, there's a trip. There's a trip. Oh yeah, that changes things. Not enough, but there's still one more. There's still one more little thing that could happen. But then I guess the Chao fruit increased everything by 2 or 3 levels again, which is, you know, more work than I even did the first time. But I think I needed it. Honestly, I mean, to expect not to have a screw up, you know, it's kind of a tall order. You know, it's just gonna happen in such a long race like that. Like, see, right there, we just fell in, and we might not win this. Depending on, nope, we're gonna win this. But see, we really didn't win by all that much. In fact, let's see, 4 minutes, 20 seconds, and then here's the next guy. You know, 3 or 4 seconds later. That was not a very close win, but I'm glad we did it. Frankly, I'm okay with it being a slightly, you know, larger margin of victory because we were just losing so much there. I'm sure Solara was disappointed. That was really unfortunate, but it's okay. It's okay. Now we're just making our way over to the kindergarten to show off just a couple more things before we end off today at the health center. Now, first of all, just since we're here, let's look at the Chao doctor. Yeah. Oh, don't do it again. Yes, I know my child's healthy. I just want to see the doctor. And I just want to show a couple things in the medical chart now that we've worked our way through the game a little bit. So first, as you can see here, Telfi is now 1 year old. It's, you know, after enough time goes by, of course, they start aging. And Telfi is technically just slightly older than Soluna is. So here we go. Age one. You're thinking why? It's like, remember when they eat fruit, they age a little bit quicker, and that might not be true anymore. But given that Telfi evolved first, before Soluna, I'm assuming he's older. But that's the first thing I want to show. Then we've got this. We've got the Chao's record. We've got, of course, our beginner race medal there under Chao Racing. And then we've also got our Chao Karate win-loss record. 18 wins, 1 loss. That's not bad. Then we got our rank, 1Q, I believe is how you pronounce that. It might be Q or Q. I'm not sure. But honestly, I don't understand the ranks. I don't understand them at all. I pretty much understand the top rank. And I understand how to get to the top rank. Beat all the opponents. Alright guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I know that was, a tad frustrating there, but honestly, I would rather have, really interesting races that are close like that than just steamroll through the competition. Like if we went ahead and took Seath out right now to running tracks, as you can see, I leveled him up a little bit more just while I was waiting for Soluna to eat some fruit to gain some stamina. He would absolutely obliterate, and then what would even be the fun in that? I mean, sure, that might be fun to see once or twice, but there are a lot more races to go, and I want them to be entertaining for you all. Same thing with the karate tournaments. So, again, thanks for watching. Next time, stay tuned for another progress report, as will become the norm kind of going forward, as well as more racing and karate competitions, just kind of depending on where our Chao at in their skill levels. See you next time.